Okay, so I agree with Jasmine that it takes two to tango, it takes two to make a baby. I honestly understand that. My issue is you come here and you let this girl know that she has a brother, okay? For me, I just felt like it was just such a horrible way going about it. If Rashida wasn't there to talk, you should have left. But then to just tell Kelsey, I just want to let you know that you have a brother. You're just a messy person. Then I feel sorry for her son, who's going to find out sooner or later that he came to be on this wretched reality TV show. It's so ugly, and it was just so tacky the way she went about doing it. That was for her father to reveal to her, not you coming up in the place where she works and saying it like in front of her mother-in-law, grandma-in-law, or whatever. Just, it was a very horrible way to go about releasing this information. And I don't know, that bothered me because I've never been like Team Jasmine, right? But I also was more upset with Kirk than I was with her because, you know, she's just somebody looking for a come up. There are women out there who do that. There are people out there who do that. Kirk should have been smart, right? But now I got a problem with Jasmine because I really, seriously, all jokes and storyline aside, telling that girl that she has a little brother, it was gross. It was gross, and it really, really bothered me because you don't know how that could affect her, because regardless of how messy her dad is, that is still her father. And that was for him to explain to his daughter, not you, messy queen. So that's Talita. I wasn't here for her in the beginning. I don't know if I will be for the rest of the season. But when she was talking to Mimi about everything that she went through, I felt so bad. Because this is a thing a lot of people don't understand. We talk about these women who are like selling their bodies on Instagram. We talk about sex workers like it's made to be like a taboo thing. You know, we make fun of girls who are, from inner city, who have like a rough outer, presence. But nobody talks about what led them to this. I guarantee you there's no woman that wakes up in the middle of the night or in the morning and say, hey, I want to be a stripper. I want to do sex work. I want to, be in relationships with men that treat me horribly so that I can have a roof over my head, right? We don't talk about that. And I feel like this show, although it's a ratchet hot mess, I feel like that's something that we should discuss. We really should discuss that these women are put in these situations because they come from low income communities, because for a lot of them, this is the only, tricking is the only really, way of survival that they have learned. These women are, cutting up their bodies, getting these breasts put in, these behinds put in, going to like the Dominican Republic and getting like ribs taken out to get a smaller waist to be attractive to wealthy men. And nobody is talking about that. We're just making fun of their bodies. We're, calling them all kinds of names. Why am I keep on putting myself in this? I'm just saying that is how society views them. And I think we should talk more about what happened, you know what I mean? Estelita grew up in Panama and had 20 brothers and sisters. She didn't start stripping because she wanted to. Because if she did, she wouldn't have been crying about it. At 14 years old, that is something that so many women on this cast can relate to. Doing sex work at a young age because you need to survive, because you got 20 brothers and sisters, or you got a parent who was a sex worker and they trained you up to do that because that's the only type of, way of survival that they have learned. Tommy's mother, teaching her how to scam because that's all she knew. Like her mother probably taught her how to scam. So she taught her child. Now her child has this record, and, like I said before, we do tune in for the ratchet mess, but I also feel like this is a platform where, since this is the lives that these people come from, we should be able to talk about them as well. We need to move on from, the messy, he's sleeping with me and he's cheating on me with her. I get it. That happens a lot in the hip hop industry, but we also need to talk about the broken homes they come from and why they made these kind of decisions, because I feel like that's very interesting. And it also gave me another layer of Estelita. And I also like, sometimes within this scripted show, I like when we have those moments, those real moments that really draw you in as a viewer. So I have a totally different perspective of her. Like I said before, still not sure if I want her on this show, because I hope that she brings more like that. She don't have to be crying every episode, but let me know what's really going on, or do something different to make yourself interested, because being, the, second-rate Jocelyn Hernandez on this show is not going to work. Let's get into BK's S-curl. Sir, no. Absolutely not. I don't know what's going on there. It's, first of all, he got like the Luther Vandross because it's not, it doesn't quite curl. You know what I mean? And it's like ashy. I don't know what products he's putting in, but brother, please stop perming and please stop doing S-curl. I feel like you will look so cute with a low cut Caesar with a deep wave. I don't know why you're doing this S-curl thing. It's not cute. Also, y'all are too old to be like, oh, we don't do titles. We just want to let this rest and just enjoy the, listen, Sierra, CC. Sis, you are too old. You have too much going on to have some grown man stringing you along and say, oh, no, we're not going to do titles. We not 17. Let me know what I'm getting into. I think that's the problem with adults. You know what I mean? Like, they don't want to give titles. They don't want to be clear about things. And all this kind of miscommunication happens because, especially when you're being intimate, feelings start to come out. And, you know, you don't want titles, but you're already putting titles on it when you're sleeping with each other and doing these romantic wine tour dates. So you got to put a title on that girl so you can know what you're doing. Because first of all, I don't trust BK with the S-curl. He's suspect in a lot of ways. You know, this really bothers me. And I feel like Rashida and Kirk are just a prime example of it. I'm always bothered by how when there are men who cheat on women that they're in relationships with, marriage, you know, long-term or whatever, it's always up to the woman to accept the child. You know what I mean? Like, nobody gives the woman like a healing period and it's just like, you know, well, there is a baby involved now, so we want the baby to be involved with the family, and we want to be one big happy family. Nobody's given that woman time to heal, time to deal with the fact that her man is cheating on her, has cheated on her. Not only has he slept with somebody without using protection, and he created a life. That is a lot to take in. Why are you coming to Rashida trying to ask her and see where she is so that she can accept your child into her family? Give her a minute. I will respect Rashida if she's like, I'm not ready to see that child. I get it. You know what I mean? Like, you can't take it out on the child, but if she's saying she's not ready, let her get ready so that she can fully accept that child, and that child don't grow up traumatized with a hateful, stepmom or whatever. Like, give Rashida some time to breathe and then bring that child in. Everybody's just expecting her to get over everything so quickly and, taking the child because it's just a little baby and it's not the child's fault. That's true. But that woman is hurt. Give her some time. Maybe she'll be able to see the child when he's 10, 20, 45. Whatever it's her time to heal, that's whenever. She does not have to accept that baby right away. Give the girl a break. Erica and Tommy is the worst combination ever. It's downright deadly. And, Erica pushing up on Tommy and Tommy running away for her life. I'm here for it because I feel like if they link up, somebody gonna die. Somebody gonna die. Both are very volatile. So to get them together, Love and Hip Hop don't need no more rap sheets than they already got on this show. This is why I never believe a Mimi lesbian storyline, because now she's saying that Melissa wants people to believe that it was more between them than it ever was. You were the one saying that you're in love with this woman and this is the one. You're gonna make it official. You feel so safe and secure. Now what is it? Y'all was just friends. Like you can't. You were the one who made this relationship what it is. Melissa played into it. Like I said before, I didn't believe that relationship. Truth be told, Melissa's not interesting enough to have a storyline on this show. I know she's on as a friend, but it's still just like, I feel like every time she's on camera, I feel like it's just a wasted opportunity because Melissa doesn't know how to work well with the cameras. And I can always tell when she's acting because it's just, she's so uncomfortable with the dialogue or the situation. So no shade. I'm not trying to take a check from nobody. I just don't think that she's a good fit for this show or reality TV in general. I think she needs to be, more behind the scenes because in front of the camera, it's just very dull. See Erica and Estelita falling out. Here is why. Because this whole conversation that they're having, this sit down that they're having to try to smooth things over, Erica is saying that she stepped into that studio session to look out for her. And I'm just like, that's a whole lie. And I feel like Estelita watching this back, I don't know. I just feel like they're not going to be in the same place at the reunion. I could be wrong because it's the second episode. It's still pretty new. But I'm like, Erica, this is a whole lie. You were meeting up with Stevie because you wanted to hear about your career. Now that you're sitting down with Estelita, you're saying that you're meeting with Stevie because you wanted to make sure she was in a good situation? What? Do you not know that there were cameras in the room both times? Like, we really know what happened. Is Rashida making it difficult for him to see his son? If she is, who cares? Like, Y'all acting like just because there's a baby involved now that her feelings don't matter. If she tells him you can't see that child right now, you can't get mad at her for saying that. It's up to him if he wants to abide by that or not. But I'm always team child first, because I get it. Kids are not to blame for having horrible parents and being born in horrible situations. But I don't want anybody putting their mouth on Rashida. And, you know, I don't know. This conversation with Jasmine and her mother bothered me, because why is Rashida even in your mouth? You know what I mean? Like, is she making it difficult? Who cares if she is? Your daughter got to grovel, okay? Kirk was wrong, but if she wants to be in her life and make sure that her son is okay, she wants to take some licks and keep on ticking, because she created this situation for herself. How? I can't. You know what, Jasmine? You want to pick another way to go about on this show, because it's not looking good for you. Because then she's having this conversation with her mom, and her mom is just like, I don't know why Rashida is mad at you. You got to be kidding me. I am that girl who's just like, the woman, if a man is cheating on her and she's with this man, I feel like the woman should go after the man. I am not all about you going after the woman that he cheated on you with. However, you don't got to like her. You don't got to be cordial with her. And she is to take some of this blame, because Jasmine admitted that she knew who they were and she laid down with a married man. Like, you have to take part of the responsibility, because you were a co-conspirator in the foolishness. What I don't know. I'm just enraged by the fact that that her family keeps on bringing up Rashida and trying to make it seem like she's being unfair. Are you kidding me? The fact that nobody in that family has jumped you yet should show you how fair she's actually being. Oh, this season not gonna go well for you, sis. You better find another storyline, because this one ain't working. This is the thing that happens with straight women when they are being hit on or like picked up by a woman who is either a lesbian or bisexual. We don't know. You don't know the cues, because women who are like in a good place, I guess mentally, just naturally friendly. Like, whenever I come across a woman that's cold, I realize there's something more going on there than it has with me. But like, normally with women, we're just like, hey girl, especially women of color, especially black women, we are just like, hey sis, we're huggers, all that type of thing, right? So we don't really know the cues. So I feel like with Tommy, because Erica is a woman, she is who she's not interested in, right? She's taking her cues lightly. And I'm like, Erica is really serious. Like, she is interested in being with you in any kind of form. You know what I mean? So you can't really play with this if you're not into it. You know what I mean? And so with with Tommy going along with like Erica saying, oh, we can hang out, we can do this, Erica feels like she has it in. I'm just like, you got to play it like you would a dude. So if a dude that you're not interested in is asking you to go here and there and there, you don't go if you're not interested, because you going makes him think that he has a shot. So Tommy still entertaining Erica makes Erica believe that she has a shot, even when Tommy is saying, no, I'm not interested, I don't date women. But you're going to the photo shoot. You're saying you're going to hang out with her and do these things. And yes, she's saying it's about music or whatever. But I feel like if it was a guy, she would have caught it. She's not catching it because it's a woman. And she's thinking, oh my goodness, we're going to hang out like it's a babysitter's club. That's not how it is, girl. You got to get woke, or you going to end up in bed with Erica. That's what's going to happen. You know what I mean? Because you wasn't gay either, but you slept with Jocelyn. So I'm like, sis, you got to figure some things out, especially before you start hanging out with Erica, who told you she's aggressive. Guys, I don't know how I feel about Tokyo Vanity. She was a lot for me on Vine. So to take a whole show of her, I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. She's giving me vibes of, I forget the name of the Asian chick, but it was too lovely Mimi. It was too much. And I feel like she's going down that road for me, but I'm going to keep on watching, and I'm going to be very fair in my assumption of her. But on this show right now, I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know. That Best Friend song was hot though for a minute. And I just also feel like, she waited too long in her Vine career to like make this leap. And I think the people who would know about her have moved on to something else. And I'm just like, I don't know if it's too late. It's never too late. I don't want to say that. It's never too late. But I just feel like I wish she would have made this leap into the Love and Hip Hop or reality TV atmosphere when she was at the height of her career. Now it's like you're coming down from like a viral internet sensation, fame, or whatever. And I just don't know if she'll be able to, you know, take what that time. I just don't know if she'll be able to recreate that sensation or whatever. Like, well, Cardi B, I felt like she became a viral sensation and she was just everywhere. You know what I mean? And she got her foot in places. She got on this show. She really like elevated herself every time. And I felt like with Tokyo Manity, she was viral and then we didn't hear about her anymore. And you got to stay present. You got to stay present. So I'm kind of concerned. I'm kind of concerned about that. And I'm also concerned about the fact that she may be too much for me on this show. Let's keep watching. I swear, all the moms on this show, except for Rashida's mom, and that's because Rashida is, I think, in her 40s at this point, but all the moms on this show look so young. Like, I get being a teen mom, but I feel like some of these moms were like preteen moms. They look very young, like they have like 10 or 12 years apart from their children. And it's kind of alarming. This episode needs to be titled "The Worst Way to Break a Baby Announcement." Like, I can't, because we have Jasmine rolling up in Rashida's store telling, you know, Kirk's daughter that she has a little brother. And then you have Shan, who is Sierra's stylist in her shop, telling her that her soon-to-be ex-husband has a 2-year-old. First of all, she butted in a conversation, and then I'm just like, Sierra, why are you having this conversation in the middle of your business? I am so happy that Sierra is doing well in her business. She just seems so unprofessional to me. Like the conversations that she has had in the middle of her shop while customers are getting their hair done, it just seems so unprofessional. Why don't you have an office? Why don't you say, oh, step back into my office and let's catch up? Or something. Why are you revealing all this information in like the front of your store, like where people come in and you got customers sitting on the side? It's just horrible. And then you got Shan jumping in out of nowhere, eavesdropping over the conversation to let her know that Kirk has a 2-year-old. Yes, it was highly produced, but it was still not Kirk. See, I'm mixing up deadbeat dads, but Shooter has a 2-year-old, and I get that it was overproduced, like I said before, but it was still just so poorly like displayed. Why would you think in front of people that she's like hanging out with to reveal that information, like right at the job? See, they look like they do nice hair, but I couldn't go there. Like, I cannot. When I'm getting a service, you have to be professional. I cannot. I don't care how good your skills are. If you are unprofessional, I can't rock with you, because it's not worth the money that I'm paying to deal with an environment like this. And he got another kid on the way. Why is this happening in the middle of your salon? Sierra fires Shan, as she should have. I mean, like, you can't stay working at my place of work when you tell personal business in front of people that I'm meeting. Yes, you know, Sierra was unprofessional by having this conversation out in the open. That's her business, though. You know what I mean? So Shan just saying, oh, I was just saying it because you was talking about it. And then she goes, oh, I do the girl's hair. And she comes here to get her hair done. Girl, how did you think you were going to keep a job after that? It don't make no sense. Please don't add her to like the storyline of this show, because Shan, no shade, beautiful girl, horrible actress. She needs some skills. I'm telling you, if y'all want to go on to this show, please contact Rich Dollars and go to his people, because whoever his acting coach is got him together. He has made a significant change from his first season to now. Please, for the love of God, seek out Richie D and ask him who his acting coach is. Or if you're in the Los Angeles area, I am available. I am taking acting bookings. Get at me. Information is right here. Work. Oh, so girl, next week is just going to be jam-packed and juicy. It's going to be a lot going on. Who in Shooter's family died? That scene just seems so emotional. Then you have Erica trying to like coach, what is her name? Panama chick through, you know, scamming Stevie J. And then it's going to be some more drama for some other people. It's gonna be good. And as of right now, I'm gonna be here for the next episode. So please come and join me for the following episode of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta next week. And if you like what you see here, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I will see you next week, bright and early. And by bright and early, I mean bright and early, because like daylight saving time is now transferred, and now like the sun is like setting when I'm doing these reviews. So I'm trying to do something about this light. I know you guys see it. Bear with me. I did not expect it. So bear with me, and see you next week. Love ya. Bye.